Good morning, Gab fam. We are at the end of our first week of the Daily Gab, and this is day 7, episode 7. And today we're going to talk about central planning versus individuals and sort of the efficiency of this. So, I'd like to take it away with a little example that I think takes away where I view Bitcoin as an organism, an individual organism, because it's almost like a mushroom. It's almost like a mushroom. With fungi, they are not connected in some sort of brain structure that is, networking this central hive mind. It's actually every cell is making an individual decision on its own and then communicating its decision to other cells. And so this is like it's the opposite of a hive mind. It's really like at the edge they're making decisions and for their own life. And what we get is actually a super efficient structure for growth. And one study that came out in Japan was that these engineers who built the Japanese subway were looking into ways to make it more efficient. And what they did is they laid out the structure of their current subway with um, rice at the end of all these subway entry points. So they laid out this map of their subway, the current way it's laid out, and they had all this rice and food for this slime mold that's some sort of fungi to find. And so on day one, like the slime mold starts branching out and looking for food. It finds all the food points, and then it starts to move around the sticks and move around the layout by day 2. And by day 3, the slime mold had reconfigured the Japanese subway system to something that was many times more efficient than the one that Japanese engineers spent months and months to design. And uh, so what we see is like when an individual is making decisions for themselves, for their own self interest, it actually benefits to to make a greater and more efficient system in whole. And this is what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is peer to peer. Each person is making their own individual decisions. And I think you have something to say about like a similar concept. What you
Where I've heard this example is in like if you're building a new building and you lay out this like nice grass lawn, and instead of like building your sidewalks first, just make the whole nice grass lawn and let people kind of tread through the grass, and they almost like kill the grass and build the path for you where you need to put your stepping stones or where you need to pour your sidewalks. Instead of, we've all been in parking lots or different buildings where like you see where the sidewalk is, but then you can see where the grass path is or where the broken down bushes are of people that are just trying to get to where they're going. And
yeah, it's totally true.
I totally see Bitcoin in what
I've even got this. I can share my screen here for this little Reddit page. We'll share this screen in our chat here. But I just pulled up the Reddit page for it's called Desire Paths, and this is what they talk about. Is like where humans travel. There's like sidewalks built on both sides of this, and where humans travel. Oh, sorry, it's not actually popping up on. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I guess it doesn't pop up fully, so I'll just bring it into the window for me. But yeah, like there's sidewalks built, and then people just cut straight across the sidewalks, and you can see these lines that are like more efficient because they're like cutting between. And this is the example of like what the slime mold does, what individuals making their own decisions do. We make more efficient systems. We want to get from point A to point B, and we've got a method for doing that. And some cities planners may take that into consideration, like Brian was saying, like the people who want to see where people are going first, and then make their sidewalks relevant or put stone paths, etc. And then you get, what we have today in our current society. this is the opposite. We have really powerful central planning people who are LARPing and role playing the fact that they are smart enough to know everybody's situation and make decisions for everybody. And I think even in the Kamala Harris Pence debate, she said the American people aren't equipped to make these decisions. When Pence was talking about like masks and coronavirus health stuff, and that just goes to show you the difference in uh, tyrannical thinking from this central planning standpoint, especially with the Fed deciding who the winners and losers are, who the hedge funds they're gonna, throw $300 billion at, which banks are gonna get repo loans. Like all of this stuff is central planners believing that they are better at making these decisions for you. And we know as Bitcoiners that our lives as an individual, we have the responsibility, we have the ability to take on decisions in our daily lives and make the best choices. And when we don't, we're going to learn lessons that help us make a better choice next time. So, real short and sweet, guys. Think about the organism that is money on a peer-to-peer basis. Think about where we are today in society, and um, decide if you want personal responsibility in your life. And we'll see you guys for Gab episode 8, Daily Gab, tomorrow.